Hello friends, welcome back. Today's video is a what we eat in a week video. I think I'll do a whole week of meals for you guys. I'm working on some lunch right now. The kids had cinnamon rolls for breakfast that were left over from a fellowship meal that I made for church. And for lunch, we are having some food that also came from that fellowship meal. This is a big bowl of some chicken tortilla soup that one of the ladies at church made for the meal. It did not get eaten all up. It was very, very good. I had some at church, but there's a lot left. There is only a little bit of chicken left though. A lot of the chicken got pulled out of it and there's just some juice in here. So I had some chicken breasts in my refrigerator chopped up. I took 3 of those out and I put them into this pan. I'm going to cook those up and then add the leftover soup to this chicken. I'm trying to stretch my chicken out a little bit. I know that if I put all of the chicken breasts that I have in here, they would all get eaten. But I'm trying to stretch that out a bit, make it last and go a little bit farther. So we're just going to do this much chicken with what's left in this bowl. And then I have some of these tortilla strips that were left over also. So I'll set those out. The kids can munch on those. We also have some corn on the cob from, I think this came from Walmart. This is the stuff I got at Walmart. We are going to boil this up and the kids will eat that. My husband and I are still doing our best to follow the carnivore diet, so we're gonna eat some of this soup. My husband will probably just pull all of the chicken that he wants out of it. And I've also got some steaks thawed out in the refrigerator that I'm going to make for him. I'm just gonna eat soup because I think it's so good and I don't mind eating all of the juices, and it's got cream cheese I think in there and some peppers. But I'm just gonna have soup for lunch. So that's what we're having today. I did add some seasoning to my chicken. I just put some of this taco seasoning on there. My husband brought a whole bunch of these home for me the other day, and we hadn't used this one yet, so I decided to try it on the chicken just to give it a little bit extra flavor. Alright, we're gonna try some camo seasoning on these steaks. So with these steaks, I'm going to try to get a really nice sear on the outside. My pan is nice and hot with some butter in the bottom of there, so that'll sear the outside of the steak, and then I'm going to put a lid on it and let it slowly cook the inside because these are really thick. They're probably at least 1 inch thick steaks, and I don't want to burn the outside and then have the inside be completely rare. So I'm going to go ahead and sear it, turn the heat down, put a lid on it, and let it cook for the inside of the steak.
Whoever wins this challenge wins it. 2 quarters. What? 1 quarter. What's the challenge? Your dad told me I could do that.
Yep, you can do it on the hands too. For dinner tonight, we are gonna have biscuits and gravy. My husband and I will have our gravy on top of some scrambled eggs, which is really good. I enjoy it that way a lot. And I'm gonna make just some baking soda biscuits for my kids to have their gravy on. We have been gone swimming all afternoon, and even though I didn't swim, I'm exhausted from sitting in the heat. So I want something easy, and this is pretty easy. I can put it together fairly quickly. My husband's still gone. He's playing basketball, and one of my kids is over there playing basketball still, but the rest of us are here. So I'm gonna make dinner. They're having just some time on their electronics, playing games for a little while I do this, but we're gonna have biscuits and gravy tonight. Since Austin and I started following the carnivore diet, and we have been off of school throughout the summer, having no regular routine or schedule, I have been so bad about cooking 3 actual meals every day. Austin and I don't eat breakfast usually, and we usually eat lunch, and then we're usually full enough that we're not hungry until the next day. And sometimes if we are hungry, we'll just make ice cream to have as an afternoon snack, and then that'll be it. And so I forget that I have 7 kids in this house that are growing and like to eat a lot of food. And so I will sometimes not even plan something to make for dinner, and then we get to dinner time and the kids are snacking like crazy and eating everything because they're so hungry, because I failed to cook an actual meal for them to eat. So I've been trying to do better, making them meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and setting specific times for them to be able to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then they also get a snack in the afternoon and sometimes in the morning. And with school starting up, this has become a lot easier. I've been better about planning meals and making meals and having our time schedule set up so that I can do that. But this has just been a huge struggle for me all summer. I've just felt like I'm failing my kids and feeding them because my brain has been so off with me not being hungry. I just forget to even plan anything for dinner until it's time to eat. And then I usually have nothing out, nothing quick to cook, because I like to make most things from scratch. And so I need to get better about this, and hopefully I will continue to come up with a better plan as we get into a better routine with our schooling and fall schedule. When I was making this gravy, I realized I did not have any cornstarch, and so I was trying to use xanthan gum to thicken it. And every time I put my xanthan gum into my liquid, it just gets chunky instead of like dissolving to make a thick gel. So I decided to put the xanthan gum with the milk into my mixer or my blender, and I blended that up together. And so that's why I was pouring that liquid. It was kind of a thick liquid. It's because I had already put the xanthan gum in there, so it was already thickening before I put it in the pot. This morning for breakfast, I am making some apple cinnamon oatmeal. Caden's had some leftover biscuits and gravy. Some of the other kids may opt to have that also, but Clayton asked for oatmeal and I had told him I would make some. So we've got just regular oatmeal in there with water, and then I chopped up 1 apple and put it in there. I added in just some regular cane sugar, and I just put in some maple syrup. The cane sugar, I probably put about half a cup maybe, and the maple syrup probably wasn't even a quarter of a cup. I'm gonna have to open it up better, it doesn't want to come out. And then I'll add some cinnamon and some salt to this, and the kids can have a little cream on top if they would like. But this is gonna be breakfast this morning. All right, another easy dinner we are having tonight is ground beef. This is just plain old ground beef, no seasonings added. We could add some taco seasoning, I suppose, but we'll probably just leave it plain. The kids prefer it that way. And then I've got some tortillas I am cooking up in this other pan. We'll get some cheese out and some salsa and sour cream, and that will be our dinner tonight. We also, after dinner, had a little bit of dessert. The kids had a popsicle, and my honey made him and I some carnivore ice cream, so we had some of that with our food. Him and I use egg life wraps instead of tortillas to eat our meat and cheese with, and he had sour cream on his. I did not have sour cream, but kids loved the fresh cooked tortillas. They kept arguing over whether my cooking was better or Chipotle's cooking is better. So that was kind of fun. But then we just had the egg life wrap, so that was dinner tonight. Lunch today is chicken legs. I'm gonna have barbecue and then some Famous Dave's barbecue seasoning on the other. And then I'm also gonna cook this chunked up chicken breast in this pan with some butter. I'm gonna try the black seasoning on it. Well, it says beef seasoning. I don't know, maybe it'll still be okay on chicken. Maybe not, maybe I need to try something else. I think I'll switch. I'm gonna do, try some Texas jalapeno salt on those. And then Kyla is peeling some carrots and potatoes to slice up. And we are also gonna do some applesauce for the kids. And then Austin and I we still have some steaks in here. We've got a lot of chicken though, so we may not need steaks unless he decides he wants them, but we might barbecue these steaks up. If not, we'll save those for later. But this is our lunch for today.